At the time of making this recording, there are 6 HD-2D games that exist from Square. Those being 3 Octopath Traveler games, Live Live, Triangle Strategy, and Dragon Quest III. The first Octopath was the first time we were introduced to this art style, and really ever since then there's been a lot of talk about which games could be remade using this new art style. And that talk has only been fueled ever since Dragon Quest III was first shown off. And especially Live Live, because that was a really deep cut from Square's old catalog that all of a sudden was now getting a remake in this style. Anyways, while it would be great to see any other game get this kind of treatment, and I know a lot of people want to see stuff like Chrono Trigger brought back in this style, the game that I think should be primed for an HD-2D remake is Xenogears. And it isn't just because of how much I love the game and want to see it on modern platforms. In fact, I'm the last person that thinks a game would deserve a remake because of just how often that phrase is thrown around to any old game. No, I think the biggest reason I want Xenogears to be remade is so that it can actually be finished this time. Anyone who's played through the game knows what I'm talking about, but for others, basically during development, at a certain point they just kind of ran out of money while making the game, and that resulted in a lot of cut content, and almost the entirety of disc 2 is just told through dialogue. It was literally like either a character sitting or a still from a scene while text is explaining what's happening in the story. Yet despite all this, it still managed to have a really profound narrative, and I still regard it as an all-time great, even with all of that content cut out of it. And that's kind of the long and short of why I want an HD-2D remake of Xenogears. For that potential of the story to actually be finished this time, along with all the visual niceties of using the HD-2D style. I think it works out pretty well too, because the game is already a polygonal environment with 2D sprites for characters. Just thinking of all the loose threads that could be fixed with the chance to actually get it done this time. For example, you really don't get that much time having Esmeralda in your party because she joins like right before all that pivotal plot stuff goes down and then Disc 2 happens. And heck, the original plan for Disc 2 was to have a section where Ellie and Esmeralda go through a dungeon together and maybe have some sort of character moments, but yeah, we've never got to see that. And that's only one example of many other moments in Xenogears that could be fleshed out with a remake. I know there's a lot of sprite-based games that could benefit a lot from being in HD 2D, but in my opinion, Xenogears is the most deserving of having a second chance. And not just for the main game to get finished. I just have this really massive pipe dream of a Xenogears remake coming out and doing well, and then maybe that could open up the opportunity for the rest of the Xenogears games to get made as well. Because for those that don't know, this was meant to be a 6-part series, which is why this game has this behemoth of a backstory going on. I suppose the main catch with all this is that the heads of Xenogears, being Tetsuya Takahashi and Soraya Saga, haven't been with Square for ages now. So that sort of muddies the waters of any future Xenogears games ever happening. And on that note, it actually would be a bit of a downer if an HD 2D remake of Xenogears were to happen, but if it's still in the same state as in the original PS1 game. That would easily be the most bittersweet outcome of all this. I could dream though, but the point still stands that all this is why I think Xenogears should be primed for being the next HD 2D remake. If Live Live of all things can be brought back out of nowhere, then maybe this too? I don't know. If a finished Xenogears remake were to come to pass, I would never ask for anything ever again. Well, besides a sequel to these games. And that's my case for why I think Xenogears should be the one. It is a tall ask because of how big this game is. Or a well tall ask, yeah. But I think the outcome would be well worth it if there's enough care behind it. And I think that's most of what I want to say about it. Would absolutely love to see it happen. But anyways, thanks for watching and until next time.